May the 4th be with you. A Green Bay 3D printing company is marking Star Wars Day with a life-size tribute. CoX 3D spent about a full month building that full-size replica of Han Solo frozen in carbonite. The project blends woodworking and 3D printing, showing off what their materials can do for hobbyists, schools, and businesses. The piece will stay on display in their Green Bay showroom, where customers can also stop in to talk about 3D printing projects and materials. I think any good Star Wars fan would love to have that.